Aloha, dear beings. Thank you for joining me here today. I'm Michal Anna, healing and spiritual bodywork practitioner of 23 years. And today I would like to share with you some really potent tools in peeling away the layers. So what I'm going to share with you, I'll try to be as condensed as possible, is going to be a couple things out of my system of peeling the layers. And the very first one is picking up your pearls. So what does this mean? Straight up, this video is for those of you who want to move through your trauma, who are peeling layers away, who are uncovering the layers of yourself to realize the radiant light body being that you are. If that is what you are doing, then this video is for you. So the process of picking up your pearls is about going into inner work with the inner child, getting in touch with that being here inside of you in meditation. So going into your inner self, you're gonna create there's meditations. If you're not familiar with any of these things, go to my channel and there's tons of meditations. Utilize one of them, and the tools are similar in each one so that the front and the end become your bookends for any work that you want to do within the self. So you're going to go into that sacred space within the self, and you're going to meet your inner child and create a relationship there. And that's here on your being, here on your chest. It's always right there. Everything is happening right here, right now. So in essence, what we're doing is when trauma has been laid in via moments in your life. So perhaps there was a moment when your father yelled at you and you're 7 and it created a feeling of I'm not good enough. You felt like I'm suck, I'm horrible, rant, and we drop our energy on the floor and we think I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. My energy at that moment is on the floor in that memory. That memory is still there, out in there now, because the memory computer at all time is happening now, right? It's all right there. So you want to go back into that place. You're actually going to go into the memory. And in that memory, you have your inner child take you there. You're going to freeze it immediately. A lot of times people re-traumatize and trying to go back into their wounding because they're asked to relive it and talk about it, and nothing takes place, right? That's because we're not actually energetically achieving anything. So we want to energetically retrieve our energy. Everything is energy. So you're going into that moment and freezing it, which is not, it relieves the re-traumatizing. You can walk around now within that memory. So now while you're in that memory, you're noting how your inner child feels, how you're feeling, what's going on, and you begin giving to them what they need. If they're feeling unsafe, you give safety. If they're feeling unloved, you give love. Feeling not good enough, you give you're good enough, you're worthy, I've got you, I'm gonna be here with you, it's you and I, we've got this. Right? Okay, so you begin to tell your inner child what that feeling is. Now you're going to then be looking at your oppressor, right? The person that's there, that's had the harm or where you dropped the power, and begin to realize that they don't know what they're doing either. They were talked to that way. Their mother did that, their father did that, somebody else did that, which then they in turn did to you. And so they too were hurt and wounded and are only re-engaging in the behavior of the trauma and the wound, right? So there begins to open a door of compassion, and you begin to show your inner child, see, this person doesn't have any more power than we do. This person's also a soul on the journey, learning and growing, and has just been hurt as we have been hurt. And why did I give up my power to this person when they have no more tools or information than I do? They're hurt. They're from a wounded place. And you can see then they're almost like in a prison of their own energy at that point. They're engaging in violence, hostility. That's a real obvious one. Anger, violence, hostility. You can see they're in their own prison, right? So that's where they're existing in that moment. So you begin to have compassion for that person, and you can forgive them for they know not what they do. And in that series of doing that, you begin to bring in purple light into that scene, feeling into forgiveness, feeling into worthiness, right? And then you want to look around and just ask, where is my power? Where is my pearl? Where is my energy that I dropped here? Okay, and in that moment, you may see a pearl, you may see a colored gem, you may see anything around you that's yours, a shiny object. You're intentionalizing here, so allow your mind to be open as you just ask and know that it shall be given. Look for it. And you're letting go of the being that is been oppressive in your mind's eye, and you're filling it with that purple light. So as you do that, you let that go, right? So that goes away. You see your pearl, and you allow it to just energetically come to you. Put it on your crown, put it on a necklace, breathe it into your heart, breathe it into your belly, put it on your body, breathe it into your energy. You are bringing back the energy that you dropped that initiated the, in our example, I'm not good enough program. So now that program is no longer out here with a battery to run it from a memory. You now have that energy back. So now you still have to rewire the neurons, right? We've made decisions over and over and over again. I've told myself I'm not good enough so many times. It doesn't just disappear. So here's where we get into neural reprogramming and using our mirrors. Okay, so this is the second step. First, you want to retrieve your pearl. After doing so, bringing that energy, now we need to set in the new program. So in this example, I'm not good enough was our old program. We've brought that energy back. So now I am good enough. I am worthy is our new program, right? Or I am safe, or I am loved, I am valued, I am seen, I am heard. These are examples of things you might put in. I am worthy of unconditional love. Some examples of programs might be victim, defense, anger, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. So yes, this process is a peeling away. So you're retrieving your power, and now you're holding it. You are actually claiming it. So you are setting it in daily with daily practice of going within to that sacred space and using your Jedi tools to activate yourself and be cleared and moved into your own energy and connecting with the God of your heart. In essence, everything is about our connection to divine source energy, and that's the entire thing, is realizing our connection and oneness and unity with divine infinite source, whatever you call that for yourself. So in this moment, you're bringing parts of yourself back to unify your own self from the fragments of pieces of wounding that we drop out in the world, right? In our life and in our walk. So after you retrieve each piece, then you want to implement and hold each piece. So this I call grooving new neurons, and one thing you can do is use your mirrors. So in grooving new neurons, that means now we're going to be tested on this new program. You just put it new in, you just got the power, but now there's the test. So that means tomorrow, when you the next moment, even an hour later, something's going to happen that's going to be the direct reflection of that father figure that said, oh, you're not good enough. And it's the test is, am I going to trigger the I'm not good enough program and run it, or am I going to claim my sovereignty here and now and choose to groove a new pathway in my brain and make a new road? So if you think of a driveway, it's rutted out, your tires fall in it, you start driving, and you have to consciously pull yourself up on top, balance a little bit, and keep going quite a number of times before you've got a nice smooth driveway, right? So you're going to be using that same thought and creating new pathways. You have to do it again and again and again and again. Repetition is the mother of all learning, right? So it's fun. That's the other part. Make it fun. So you, instead of triggering right in that moment, you have a choice point. You can feel it, but actually it's going to be easier to resist it because you've brought back your own energy. So now you might actually see it instead of just going right into it. Right now you're going to see it and go, oh, I'm starting to feel like I'm not good enough while this person's talking to me. If I can recognize that in myself, I can begin doing the inner work right now, breathing, thinking, feeling. Maybe I put my hand on my body even while they're talking, and I allow myself to feel into, I am good enough, I am worthy, I am good enough, I am worthy. If I can't say it out loud, I can breathe into that in my thoughts, right? Or I can say it out loud if I have opportunity to do so. And you're choosing to reprogram and make a new driveway instead of choosing that same path that you've always gone down again and again. And it's easier because you can see it because you've got your energy back. So now it flags like, oh, I could go with that, but wait a minute, that's not true. I am good enough. That was a program, and I no longer have to run it. Sorry, I'm done with that programming. And then you get to discard it, and you have to continue doing that until it's just no longer an issue. It's a new program has been installed per se. And that's another little trick you can utilize is that really think of the computers and all these things. They're really just mimicking us. We have the divine system of all things and living light. And so this is the living DOS, quote unquote, system, right? And so you can learn you can apply those same things. You're programming in new things. You can see conceptually how that works, right? It's just a way to think about it. So you're programming in what you want. You're deleting and removing files you no longer need. And you're putting in the good stuff. Now, using your mirrors, what does that mean? That means use the mirrors around you. Everybody is a reflection of, guess who? You. That's right. I am that I am. And if that is so, then it's all your own movie. And so you are in your movie, experiencing yourself. And if you allow yourself to realize that, you use the mirrors. If you use the mirrors, you go fast because the reflections will show you where you're still wounded or hurt or holding on to something. Because anytime I don't feel good, I'm triggering a wound, a program, or something that's not even mine, right? There are actually things blocking as well. And that's a whole nother subject. So if you know that every time you don't feel good, it's a trigger, a program, or energy that's not your own, or some sort of block, you can decipher and remove them, right? So now you're allowing yourself to see, ooh, I ran into Susie Q at the mailbox and we had a conversation and she said something and I felt offended. I didn't feel good. Okay, let's get into what's really going on. The second you don't feel offended, go to your car, put your hands on your body and go, what's going on, little girl, little boy? What's really happening here? You might feel into that, you feel offended and you think, oh, well, no one actually, my father never used to listen to me. So now I feel like no one listens to me and I feel unheard and I don't feel valued. Something like that, let's say. So then you would have seen what's really going on within yourself. And then it wasn't Susie Q at the mailbox. You hardly know Susie Q, right? How does she have the power to make you not feel good? You then see that there's a wound there. And then you allow yourself to go in to that place where that was and do the process of picking up the pearl. Now it's a spiral, so we're spiraling. We pick up the pearl, we use the mirrors. We pick up the pearl, we use the mirrors. And you spiral upward, releasing the things that are no longer serving within the being. So if we realize there's nobody out there, I am another yourself, and we pick up our pearls, use the mirrors, get to go within and peel the layers quickly, For I am nothing but a transparent onion, peeling away the layers to reveal the brilliancy of that which rests within. I hope this has been helpful. Please use the tools. If you use them, they work. They do not work if you do not use them. And that being said, every 24 hours, please engage in your inner work and use your tools, at least, at the very least. Thank you for joining me today. And please feel free to reach out if you would like to do any energetic phone session release work. It's getting really exciting these days and very fun. And I am happy and grateful to be of service at this time. So thank you for joining me. I'm Michal Anna. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share any of the videos with friends and family that you think it may be helpful for. I just truly want people to have tools to become free. So in love, light, and freedom, blessings to all. Thank you for joining me. Aloha.